like to now welcome Joel Lee, who's come down from Singapore, who's going to talk to you about unlocking the true value of your guests. Please put your hands together for Joel Lee, Senior Sales Manager APAC for Revinate. Thank you. Thanks, Joel. Thank you. Do you want a bike or? Yeah, okay. No worries.
Test, test. Hey everyone, how's it going? Are we all still awake? I know we had quite a long day today. All right, so today I'll be talking a little bit about unlocking the true value of your guests and what this means, all right? Yeah, introduction. Some of you have met me already, some of you haven't. Those of you who haven't, my name is Joel. I am from Revinate, and I'm one of the senior sales manager for the team. A little bit of an introduction on Revinate. We are the #1 CRM platform, CRM CDP platform in the industry. We are a global company, offices all around the world, and we have been voted the #1 CRM CDP for 5 years in a row. All right, let's get to it, shall we? Over here on this slide, all right, you can see this is something that might be familiar to you guys, might be foreign to you guys, but for all of you who own hotels, manage hotels, been in the hotel industry for a while, this could be something familiar to you. Right, you have a lot of data in hotels. Right, you have restaurant data sitting in your F&B systems, folio data, spa data, golf data. Right. If you're integrated resort like a casino, you have even more data everywhere, right? So I want to talk a little bit about this, where just because you have this data and this data is available to you, does not mean that it is accessible, right? So what we call something like you see on this slide would be siloed data or fragmented data. And siloed and fragmented data is a problem. And I'll share with you a little bit on why that is the case. All right. So siloed data, fragmented data is a problem because if you have data sitting in so many different systems, right? Like I said, F&B systems, spa systems, your PMS, all this data in different systems, some maybe even in your Excel sheets, right? If these systems are not security vetted, there might be consequences from having all these systems sitting on all these different places. So I wanted to bring this slide to your attention. This is a slide, some research done by IBM. And it says, Australia sits on this graph, right? It's 13th in the world of being the most of having the highest cost of a data breach, right? So Australia sits at number 13, and we pay about 2.7 million in that year. United States sitting on the number one position with 9.4 million. So we want to be able to prevent that from happening to us, right? To our hotels, to our business. And I want to share a little bit about what we can do about it. So the good news is this, right? You already have the data. You already have all this data sitting in all these different places. What you guys need right now is the technology for it. So before I go into what the technology is that can help with solving that problem, I want to share a little bit about what zero-party data is, share a little bit about data, talk a little bit about that. So zero-party data is data that your guest has freely shared with the explicit promise of having a more personalized experience. So what this means is surveys that you guys have sent to your guests, preferences form that they have filled up, subscribing to your newsletter, right? These are all information, data that they have given to you guys, the hoteliers, saying, it's okay to use my data. You can send me emails, send me campaigns, marketing campaigns, etc. Right, and data collection. It can be collected at many stages of the guest journey. Right, on the screen right now, you see 4 different stage: inspiration, booking, pre-arrival and on-property, and post-stay. So I want us to start thinking, if we are not already doing it, how can we start collecting more zero-party data in every step of the way, in every step of the guest journey, right? In the inspiration stage, when you want to interest your guests, get them to come book a stay at your hotel, book a stay at your resort, what kind of data can you collect from this part of the guest journey, right? Website browsing data, if they have left their email, and the newsletter sign up, these are all data that you can collect. During the booking phase, right? PMS data. When they've made bookings at specific room types, when they've, this is the beginning of that relationship that you have with the guests. They've already made the booking with your brand, and everything that flows from there is that touch of that digital journey, right? Pre-arrival and on-property, you're able to collect even more data from there, right? You can send them pre-arrival emails, automatically send them pre-arrival emails, put upsells there, guest preferences, questionnaires there where they can fill up, and you can understand your guests a little bit better. And when they reach the on-property, post-check-in, right? Ask them how's the check-in process, mid-stay, send them a survey, find out how, if any kind of service recovery is needed to be performed. And lastly, post-stay. Encourage them to leave reviews after their stay. Send them a thank you, automated thank you email, automated thank you message after their stay. Or you can even reach out to specific group types, reach out to your OTA bookers, get them to come back and book directly next time. Right? This is where you start to build that loyalty with your guests as well. Right. And now I want to talk a little bit about the technology that you can use for something like this in terms of secure data collection and activating that data, right? So it is called a CDP, Customer Data Platform, right? And essentially what a CDP is it helps you and it empowers you guys to connect each and every data source that you have, your restaurant, your spa, PMS, your folio, booking engine, website data, surveys, anything, you name it, you can plug it in, right? Once you've connected everything, you store it into one place, and you can clean that data, right? If you can use AI to aid with this process, that would be significantly better. And once that's done, you can then do segments, create filters, do personalization, and afterwards activate that data. Right, you can activate the data through different channels, emails, SMS, phone, WhatsApp. Essentially, it's being able to understand your guests, finding the right channel, sending the right campaign to the correct guest. Right, we want to be able to accomplish that through, and you are able to accomplish that using a CDP. So this is something else that you can do through a CDP, like a customer data platform. For those of you here who owns multiple properties under your brand, besides just being an independent hotel, you are able to have a bird's eye view of what it looks like. All right, so let's say you're a hotel group of 3. You would be able to then consolidate and synthesize all those data from these different properties. So maybe I can share an example. Let's say I visit Hotel A for a visit, for a stay 3 years ago. Spend X amount of dollars, spend X amount of dollars on the room, spend X amount of dollars on F&B, right? And during my first stay, I filled up a guest preferences form that says I like fluffy pillows. I enjoy specific cuisine when I was at the property. And next year, I am interested to booking a stay again at Hotel B, right? So with a CDP, Hotel B, upon receiving the guest would be able to see, hey, this person is a loyal guest and a repeat guest of my brand, not just my property, right? We know that he or she likes fluffy pillows, likes F&B. So, hey, this is what Hotel B can do. I can start tailoring all my communications. I can start tailoring my upsells to specific F&B offers. And I can already have that pillow, fluffy pillow, prepared when he arrived on property. That would increase a lot of revenue, increase a lot of guest satisfaction in the grand scheme of things. All right, so what are APAC customers looking for? Right, we did a study and we found out experiential travel is one of the things the APAC customers are looking for. And this is a new demographic, right? Asian travelers are looking to explore Asia. There's also culinary travel. 88% of travelers in APAC rank culinary delight as a very important factor. I know personally I fit that box. When I travel, I typically book the cheapest room, but I spend a lot of money on F&B. So I'm a big foodie. I'm from Singapore, and if any of you here know Singaporeans, we like our food. We will travel very far and queue up 2 hours for a very nice meal. We also use a lot of tech. So before people travel, we will look at TripAdvisor reviews. We'll look at the pictures, what people are saying. Maybe we look at social media, see how the rooms are doing before we make our decision to book a hotel. And also wellness, right? So global wellness market will surpass $1 trillion this year. So understanding this, you're able to then strategize what next steps are and trying to grow your business. Here's an example of what your guest profile would look like in a CDP. This handsome man over here, let's call him Joel. We know that his birthday is 16 November. His left preferences, like I shared earlier. His preferences is spa, F&B. His loyalty with the brand is 4 nights, 11 stay. He has done surveys in the past. He was a promoter, and he likes to book directly. This seems like a very good example of a your perfect guest, right? So this is all, you're able to have this view through a CDP, and by having this view, you'll then be able to figure out what's next. How can we drive more profitability upon understanding this data? So I talked a little bit about the guest journey, right? And utilizing a CDP, this is what you guys can do in relation of activating that data with your understanding of the guest journey. So newsletter sign up, collect their emails. Once you collected their emails, you're able to send them your campaigns, right? You're able to figure out what kind of guests they are, right? You are able to highlight specific experiences. Maybe upon understanding their preferences, you can send very, very targeted specific campaigns. So for all you family travelers out there, if you have kids, you would know how important it is, especially if you have young kids, right? You know how important it is to have a very family-friendly room, right? So the hotel, upon knowing this information, can do a couple things. One example would be, let's say it's the school holidays. I'll send my campaigns to parents during the school holidays so they can bring their kids for a stay, bring their kids for a trip out. Or if I know that they have really young kids, I will then, without even asking them, right, I can start preparing the room and make sure it is a very kid-friendly room. So this really helps with guest satisfaction. Guest feel like you bother getting to know them, and this just builds onto that brand loyalty. Before arrival, like I said earlier, you can also upsell them with very specific upsells, F&B upsells, spa upsells, or experiences. If you are using a CDP, that would mean you're also able to send campaigns, send communications through different channels, not just emails or whatever. You are also able to send WhatsApp messages, SMS messages, etc. Right? And that would mean you're able to communicate internationally. So we know that a couple countries within APAC. So let's say India, Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines as well. They're huge on their online messaging platform like Viber, Line, even WhatsApp. So communicate to them in the right channel that they want to be communicated. When they reach the property, check in with them through their mobile phones, right? Drop them a Viber, drop them a line to say, hey, how's check-in doing? How was the check-in? Was it good? Was it bad? How can we improve it if it isn't good, right? And at post-stay, you can send, again, post-stay surveys, get them to leave reviews, and this will help boost your NPS scoring. So with that being said, I want to talk a little bit about how using and having this understanding, you would want to ultimately personalize and curate the content that's being communicated to your guest. And here are some stats, right? Personalization drives a lot more conversion, and we see about 4 times more revenue driven when your campaign's personalized, and about 2 times more open rates when it is personalized over than its mass send email. Right, we can see over here as well, the number of audience filter is 7. That's the sweet spot. Right? If you have 7 filters, you can expect and be looking to get about a $1.59 revenue per email. And this stats is based on 500 emails sent, right? So this is fairly accurate. I want to show an example over here. So a customer of ours, IHG Australia, did a case study with us a couple months back. And so if any of you stay in any of the IHG hotels, when you receive communications and all, they're using our platform, and this is all being generated from us. You can see that because of how personalized their content is, they know who their IHG One Rewards members are, they know who their non-members are, so they send very curated content to them. You can see that by doing so, they have a 27% above industry average of open rates. Per campaign, they're getting a 31,000 AUD in direct revenue. And they generate about 100 room nights per campaign. Now, this QR code, if you want to take your phone out and give it a scan, this is our 2024 benchmark report. So I'm going to let you guys take a minute to scan this for a while. And what basically this is a benchmark report where you can compare your current activities, your current results, compare it against this, see if you're doing on par or a little something that needs improving. If it's the latter, or hey, even if you want to just to have a chat, I'll be outside and you guys can look me up. Now, to end things off, to end things off, I know it's late, you guys have drinks in front of you. 3 key takeaways, right? If you got lost in the middle or somewhere you guys got lost, just 3 key takeaways. Collect and activate zero-party data. They are your most valuable data, right? They are your digital asset, and everything that that flows from there can generate you tons and tons of revenue. Invest in a secure platform. If you do a Google search right now on data breaches within the hospitality industry, I am sure you can find a lot of classic examples of what happens when you do not invest in this, in a secure platform, the financial cost, the reputation cost of not investing in one. And lastly, you got to target your guests. Target guests with personalized campaigns, personalized communications for that direct revenue. All right, thank you. Thank you, everyone.